Hello and welcome to the official update video for FunnieWars 1.3. FunnieWars makes its return with a brand new season with new and exciting features. This update features many new additions to our current games, alongside with new maps and new content. Beep Test. A new beep pack has been added to Beep Test. Expect to see many new levels with fun and exciting jumps. We've also scaled down the difficulty on some of our levels, including yellows, which we've made slightly easier for our newer player base. TNT Run. TNT Run will now feature 3 new maps, including Fallen Cane, built by Arc Rouge, Void, built by Arc Rouge, and Space, built by Nemesis. Spleef. Spleef features 3 new maps: Bridges, built by Hal, Sleeping Volcano, built by Arc Rouge, Moon, built by Arc Rouge. We've also reduced the amount of snowballs you get in Spleef to allow players to be more strategic with how they use their snowballs. Randomizer. Randomizer features many new changes. Most notably, we've added several new maps alongside new items in the loot pool. Some include Cobwebs, Flint and Steel, and Shields. These items should allow rounds to be more strategic, allowing players to have an advantage based on how they use their utility. We've also reduced the time in between rounds to make Randomizer take less time. Walls. Walls has been updated with a feature which disables crafting diamond leggings and helmets. This should allow teams to focus less on gearing individual players and more towards gearing the team as a whole. We've also changed diamond rates on Walls maps to allow for teams to get more diamonds and gear their team more. Survival games. We've changed survival games to allow for supply drops to be more aggressive. This means that teams must take control of an entire supply drop to get the loot by forcing other teams away from it. Players must destroy the supply drop to reveal the loot. However, any teams which go near it will prevent this process. We've also added more supply drops with each phase, allowing for more teams to be geared and allow for teams more focused fights to occur at supply drops. Survival games will also feature a new map, Ancient Meadows, built by Nia CB. We've also removed Mushroom Kingdom from rotation. Skywars. Skywars features a new overtime feature. Expect to see more fights in the endgame, alongside with a new moving border which should force people out of their positions and engage in more fights. Skywars has also been updated to include 3 new maps into our rotation: Egypt, built by Lofrost, Crystal Caves, built by AlpGG, and Village, built by Welding. Additionally, we've chosen to update 2 of our previous maps, On the Beach and Graveyard. We've also decided to remove Fountains of Funny from the map rotation. Duos. Our Duos game mode has received a new update with new maps being added to Skywars: Garden Grove, built by Hailers, and Cosmo, built by AlpGG. Alongside this, we've decided to also add 2 new maps to survival games: Deserted, built by Hailers, and Spruce Valley, also built by Hailers. Points rework. We've changed how points work. For Skywars, survival points have been slightly nerfed and win points have been buffed. Survival points in Walls and SG have also received a rework. Players who are dead in your team will still receive a % of survival points based on how many players in your team are alive. The more players, the better. Kill points in SG have also been buffed, with kills being incentivized in the early game and nerfed towards the end of the round. Quality of life. We've added lots of quality of life features. Players now have the ability to check someone's name history in-game. This should crack down on players who change their name often and help captains decide on who to choose. Projectiles now have better hit detection, making it easier to boost teammates using snowballs. We've also decided to nerf weapon damage in all of our PvP games. So expect fights to be more drawn out, allowing for players to have a better chance at fights which they engage in. We've also enabled hit stacking, meaning that 2 players can now crit the same player at once. This allows for higher ping players to not be at a disadvantage in games like Randomizer. To finish, we'll be resetting all stats with the start of a new season. Expect more prizes and fun events to be hosted this season. This update is part of a smaller drop of a much larger update which we are working on. Expect more information on this soon. That wraps up this update video. Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the server.